Imagine a grueling football match under the intense Ugandan afternoon sun. By the final whistle, players are drenched in sweat and physically depleted. A human being can survive for weeks without eating a single bite of solid food. But without water, that timeline collapses to just a few days, that they only need to drink water when they actively feel thirsty. But thirst is a delayed biological alarm. By the time you feel that dry sensation in your mouth, your system is already operating at a water deficit. Survival depends on maintaining a constant, precise equilibrium between the fluids entering the body and the fluids leaving it. This is the hydration equation, starting with the water-in side of our biological ledger. While pouring a glass of plain drinking water is the most obvious input, it is only one source. We also absorb massive amounts of fluid through solid food. Local staples like fresh watermelons, tomatoes, and pineapples are predominantly water. Traditional local beverages contribute to this intake as well. A cup of hot tea or cold bouchera directly adds to your daily fluid levels. Once inside, that liquid forms a transportation network. Because blood is primarily water, it relies on this volume to carry oxygen to every cell. It also acts as internal climate control. When core temperature rises, the body pushes water through the skin to evaporate a sweat, cooling you down. As a biological solvent, water dissolves nutrients and produces the digestive juices required to break down dense staples like posho. Water is the operational fluid that keeps these internal biological systems running simultaneously. On the other side of the ledger is the water out column. Even walking down a normal street, you are losing water through basic breathing, mild sweating, and daily activities. But when you encounter extreme heat or contract waterborne illnesses like cholera and diarrhea, that fluid output spikes. This rapid loss triggers dehydration, a state where the water draining out of your body outpaces the water coming in. This chart shows the internal status of your hydration. Urine that appears dark yellow or brown indicates that your fluid reserves are already depleted. If the deficit grows, physical symptoms compound. You experience dizziness, headaches, sunken eyes, and eventually mental confusion. Reaching for a sugary soda at this stage is counterproductive. The high concentration of sugar forces your body to draw more water out of its own tissues to process the drink, increasing your overall water loss. Neglecting these physical warnings allows a daily deficit to escalate into a biological emergency. When dehydration becomes severe, drinking plain water is no longer enough. Your body has lost electrolytes, and those specific salts must be immediately replaced. You can replace them using oral rehydration salts, or ORS. This is a specific medical intervention that can be mixed in any kitchen. The foundation of the recipe is precise. Start with exactly 1 liter of safe, previously boiled and cooled water. Next, dissolve 6 level teaspoons of sugar into the water. Finally, add exactly 1/2 of a level teaspoon of table salt to complete the mixture. The precise ratio of sugar provides the necessary mechanism for the intestines to rapidly absorb the water and salt into the bloodstream. Hygiene is mandatory. Any water used to make cold beverages or homemade ORS must be boiled and cooled first to prevent the waterborne diseases that cause dehydration.
By understanding the mechanics of your biological intake and knowing how to formulate this mixture, you have the practical power to manage hydration, protect your community, and save lives.